Okay, I'm cool with that. And I'm okay with that too. Hope everybody's good. I am. Slept like a baby. Whew, my whole 4 hours was so satisfying. I gotta tell you guys. Hope that you guys are about to have a fantastic weekend too. It's Friday, y'all. I want excitement up in here. I want you guys to be comfortable, because guess what? We about to get it. It's your boy BOOGOTTINYC. Like I always tell you, y'all could have went anywhere. But the fact of the matter that you came here, I appreciate you. I appreciate all of you guys. Liberty and justice. Sorry we missed your birthday. As a result of that, we're going to flip the script today. We're going to change the song. I got you. But you know what we got to do, right? I'm ready to go. It's time to start the show. Let's get it on, yo. They're ready to go, 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 go. Let's see how he acts. I've been trying to give him a lot of time this week. It's been a little late getting up. I guess the time is about to change. So, are you ready, yo? They're ready to go. Time to get it on. Y'all want to try? Do we have to threaten this guy again and say, hey, you know what? Maybe if you don't act right, we're going to get a new watch. But you know what? I actually like the little warm up with you, but you do it too long. Come on already. Let's go. Y'all want to try one more time? Oh, got a bonus there. Maybe that'll help. That's what he was waiting for. One more time. Yeah. And dedicated to liberty and justice. Go, go. Boom, 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 boom. Go, 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 shorty. It's your birthday. We gon' party like it's your birthday. We gon' sip Bacardi like it's your birthday. And you know we don't give a damn because it's your birthday, Liberty. Y'all know why I'm open, right? Because if pump that B. It's Friday the 22nd. That's right, y'all. 2025. I'm your host, Bugatti NYC, and this here's our bottom line. Where we be talking about this and that and that and this and this and that and that. Where we be talking about this and that and that and this and this and that. Just got me lit. It really did. It really did. I gotta tell you, it really did get me lit. So glad it's your birthday, and so glad that you made it another one around the sun, liberty and justice. Y'all could have went anywhere, but the fact of the matter that you came in to chill with me, I appreciate you. Y'all give it up for liberty and justice. Yesterday was the birthday, so we got to show massive love. Let me see who else is up in this building right now. We also have, let's see who we got up in here this morning, you guys. We've got Rebecca Lanyen Bueno tapping in from Grand Rapids, Michigan. Might as well get that out the way, right? You know what I'm saying? Hope she's doing good as well. Good morning, Casey. We got Sky up in the building. We got Gonzalez in the building. We also have the Mad Hatter who is up in the building. That's right, you guys. I hope everybody's having a fantastic morning. This Friday morning, it's time to turn up. It's time to get this information. We got information on Luigi Mangione. We got information on the DOJ. That's right. Today is the day they're supposed to be releasing what? The Jeffrey Epstein files. Not all of them. As they said, they're going to begin to start to release them. And you know how we do over here. We're going to begin to start tracking them, begin to start putting links in the description for you guys to be able to see, begin to follow up on every single part of it, because that's what we've been doing this whole time. Hope you guys had a fantastic evening. I know I did. And again, you could have went anywhere, but the fact of the matter that you came here to chill with me, I appreciate you. What do I have for you guys? A fully loaded clip, and let's get into these titles. It's time to get to work, you guys. I've got Trump, who's making America safe again, starting with Washington, D.C. As you see, he's imposed almost martial law. You got people walking in the streets, they're picketing, they're fighting back, they're saying what they got to say. But what do you guys have to say about it? I want to know what the people of our bottom line have to say about Washington, D.C. and the changes which are already happening. We're going to keep on moving forward, you guys, to our next clip, which is Luigi Mangione, the prosecutor accused of improper reviewing of his medical records. You know what? They're going to try to get this whole case thrown out or something. Are you crazy? Yes. The prosecutor in the Luigi Mangione case is now being what is he? What are they doing to this guy? He's being accused of looking at his medical records. We know that also goes against HIPAA violations. So we're going to see where they're trying to go with this. We're going to keep on moving forward because we got, last but not least, President Trump was ordered the border wall to be painted black to make it harder to climb. Is that possible? Is that gonna work? Is painting something black gonna make it harder to climb? Well, that's his assumption because, you know, when the sun hits something black, it holds the heat a lot. So I guess he's assuming that nobody's gonna wanna climb a hot piece of metal. I guess that makes sense. But guess what, you guys? We gotta get into it. We gotta get right into the beginning of our show. As you guys see, we've got a lot to cover. Now we're going to get right into President Trump's administration is cleaning up D.C. We're getting right up to our header because this is the way I felt like we needed to open the show this morning. This is Pete Hegseth, as well as Vice President J.D. Vance. They're doing a little stroll before they go inside of this Shake Shack to break bread with our local soldiers.
Work very hard. I want to thank all the people, the guardsmen here, and the police officers who worked very hard for actually keeping this place safe. If you look at what's happened in Washington, D.C. in just the past 9 days, we've seen a 35% reduction in violent crime. We've seen over a 50% reduction in robberies. We are seeing really substantial effects. So I want to come here, highlight what they're doing, say thank you in person, obviously pass out a few burgers. But most of all, we do not have to allow our cities to be taken over by violence. You can actually bring law and order to communities. You've just got to have the political willpower to do it because we want our people to be able to enjoy our beautiful cities. And the last thing I'll say is to the American people, D.C. is already safer than it was 9 days ago. We're going to make it safer still to come. This is your city.
Come on in, guys. Come on in. We're waking up this morning. Let's get right into it. Let's keep moving because we got other breaking news right now. We got Zelensky that's urging the major action against a deadly Russian drone strike overnight. Yes, there was supposed to be peace, but what do we always say about Vladimir Putin? Every time they say they're going to be peace, the next day it's boom, boom, boom. Boom, boom, boom. So maybe when they said the other day that they should put some security measures in play, that's something that they probably should think about. And also they're saying that some American territories were hit as well. Is that going to make them move faster? What's going on here? Let's get into it, you guys. Let's go.
A Fox News alert, Ukraine saying an American electronics plant in the western part of the country is one of the several targets in a massive Russian drone attack overnight.
Don't sound like peace to me.
One person is dead and 15 people are hurt.
Yeah, I'm an AI, but I'm here to talk apps. Real apps you can build in minutes with Base 44.
This hurt, according to President Zelensky, who also wrote in a statement, there have been no signal from Moscow that they are really going to engage in meaningful negotiations and end this war. Pressure is needed, strong sanctions, strong tariffs. Former CIA station chief and Fox News contributor Jan Hoffman is here to break down how this will impact peace talks between Russia and Ukraine. Dan, good morning to you. So Ukraine's foreign minister is saying this was a U.S. electronics plant that was hit in this Russian drone strike that hit Ukraine overnight. So how do you think that will impact things, and how big of a deal is this reporting?
Big. They just came from...
Yeah, well, first of all, we need to collect the facts. There's always a bit of the fog of war here. And so there's initial reports about this attack, which, you know, is part of a larger attack, massive drone attack by the Russians. And really over the past few weeks, the Russians have been launching ballistic missile and drone attacks on Ukraine unabated. But again, we need to get all the facts here, and then we can assess what damage was done. And I'm sure that Director Ratcliffe and the rest of the intelligence community will be looking for reflections to determine whether Russia deliberately targeted this facility, if indeed they did.
Okay, so
how else would they do it? If it's not deliberate, what else? What else would it be, huh? Good one, nobody. Thanks for the information. Let's keep on moving forward. You guys, let me know where you're chiming in from. Also, y'all already know that I got 5 on it. I'm not gonna come to the comments until I drop 5 videos. Make sure you stay on topic and on point, because I want to make sure that we're talking in the same lingo, not just from every direction. We're going to stack 5 videos at a time. Then we're going to keep on topic. This way, when I come to the comments, we're all on point. Let's keep on moving forward, because now we got Coma, who says that these Biden aides, the testimony raises serious concerns about who was running the United States. Mad Hatter, thank you so much for the $4.99 super chat. New York City needs the same response with a National Guard. Thank you so much for saying that. Oh my God, are you from New York? Because you really know what's going on, and you just touched my heart with that one. That was even bigger than a $4.99 super chat. Thank you so much. Common sense always coming out of Mad Hatter's corner. Keep on moving forward, because like I said, we got to go to Coma right now, who talks about these Biden aides. This is important. Check this out. This information is crazy. Not going to believe this. I didn't believe it myself. And then I don't know if you guys care anymore about who was running the country, the auto pen and everything, but I do. So let's get into this real quick, because this makes a lot of sense right here. Let me get it back to the top of the queue. Top of the queue. Matter of fact, let me refresh that to make sure we good.
I want to go live now to Capitol Hill, where the oversight chairman, James Comer, has just popped out of the recorded, transcribed interview with Ian Sams, a former aide of former President Biden. Let's listen in.
Joe Biden tell you this? Did Joe Biden send you an email himself? Well, no. So it raises serious concerns and serious questions about who was calling the shots in the White House. If the White House spokesperson is being shielded from the President of the United States, who was operating the Oval Office? I mean, this is what this whole investigation is about. That auto pen was used excessively, and yet no one can say for certain that Joe Biden was given the
instructions,
was given the orders to use the auto pen. And if you're using the auto pen to sign one document and Joe Biden's in the White House, 75% of the time when the document's used, why not have Joe Biden sign the document right there? Why have to go through all the bureaucracy of using the auto pen? I mean, this was a huge interview today, and I think it contradicts everything that the former Biden people are saying with respect to the president's mental fitness. There were very few people that were around Joe Biden, especially at the end. And that's when the majority of the pardons and executive orders were signed with that auto pen.
That's why it's important.
I mean, I can't say this enough. I want to say this one more time so everyone understands. Ian Sams, who was the White House spokesperson for a significant amount of Joe Biden's time as president, interacted with him 2 times. 2 times. So, we're going to continue to bring people in. And again, this person, Ian Sams, is the one that would counter everything Robert Hur, or anytime anyone would suggest that Joe Biden wasn't mentally fit, he would say, no, he's at the top of his game. Every time he tweeted out, and there several times he gave interviews on MSNBC. Every time I've interacted with the president, he was sharp. He asked great questions. In there, under oath, he interacted with the president 2 times, the entire time.
Wow.
The entire time he worked in the White House.
Watch what he say here.
That's astonishing. Any questions?
Did he tell you what those 2 times were? Like, do you know what those 2 interactions
No,
were?
he really didn't have a good memory of the 2 times he interacted with the president, which would make me think that he didn't interact with him very long. Let this sink in. Not only did Robert Hur interact longer with Joe Biden than Joe Biden's own spokesperson, I interacted more with Joe Biden than Joe Biden's spokesperson. I flew on Air Force One with Joe Biden to Kentucky when we had a tornado. I talked to him on Air Force One. Ian Sams never flew on Air Force One.
Wow.
Do you
Wow.
recall the president's spokesperson not traveling with the president
Nope.
when he traveled? He never went on Air Force One. I've been on Air Force One with Joe Biden.
Did he say, though, in his 2 interactions with him that the president was mentally sharp?
Oh, of course he did. Yeah, well, he had to. He said that in front of you all 100 times.
But in there, he acknowledged you'd only been with him twice. During those 2 times, did he describe the president as mentally
Well,
sharp?
he had to, absolutely, because he said that, for hours and hours and hours of press conferences and TV interviews on MSNBC and CNN.
Did you get any indication?
I gotta keep on going. This is crazy right here. I don't know how you guys are taking this information right here, but me, oh my God, it's scary. Who was running the country the whole time? Yes, look at y'all. Yes, he was shaking hands that weren't there. Dementia Don said hi. How you guys doing? We already know that there was lost whole time. He was lost. Thank you. And you guys were not stupid. Laura, let's get over to Laura Ingram, who's talking about Trump. He says he's caused the fire. This professional liar, federal housing director, says Adam Schiff is what? Shifty, low down, gritty, and grimy. You already know that Adam Schiff is shifty, low down, gritty, and grimy. Let's get a little bit of history of Adam Schiff, the way that he came up. Did you know that Adam Schiff actually thought that he was going to be able to run for president at one time? Check this out.
The Trump administration is corrupt. No one, not even a president, is above the law.
No one's above the law, except Adam Schiff. The man who spent years obsessed with destroying Trump by any means necessary, pushing 2 impeachments, fueling these nonstop investigations, in peddling the Russia collusion hoax, he's now the one begging for a bailout? Well, Schiff is under federal investigation for mortgage fraud and has now set up a legal defense fund to save his own skin. The hypocrisy meter just hit the red zone.
The department needs to do a wholesale review of the politicization of these cases over the last 4 years. I would request an oversight hearing into the weaponization of Pam Bondi's Justice Department. It could not be more obvious they are using the Justice Department as now an instrument of their political will.
Are they?
Okay, 4 years. That's the guy who is singularly focused, is like a maniac on getting Trump, even trying to build this political resume. I even heard people were talking about, oh, he's a future president. It was all based on zero evidence, politicized intel about Russia. Now he wants to play the victim, then pass the tin cup for help? In the face of allegations, documentary allegations, that the man supposedly as sophisticated as he is lied on his mortgage application to what, get more favorable loan terms? Look, this is not just hypocrisy. Could be poetic justice. Here to discuss is Bill Pulte, U.S.
Nope, we're going to keep on moving because we got 71. We got a 71 over here. What's this with this 71 right here? We got U.S. Marshals. Conroe police arrest 71 fugitives in this weekend sweep dubbed Operation Heatwave. It was kind of hot out there, right? Come on, y'all. Let's get over here. Let's start. Locked up and they ain't letting them out. Deported. They about to get deported. Let's go. Come on, y'all. We got some numbers right here. We're gonna add this 71 with the 65 right after that. And then we're gonna show some numbers right here. Let's go ahead and stack this deck right here. We got marshals over here in Conroe. Let's go. Let's get to it.
New at 5, dozens of fugitives rounded up by U.S. Marshals and Conroe police in what is being called Operation Heatwave.
Stephen Goen takes a closer look at the 5-day sweep and the suspects who were arrested.
On the ground in Montgomery County, the 5-day operation put U.S. Marshals and local officers face to face with fugitives on the run.
Good.
They can run, they can try to elude law enforcement, but at the end of the day, we're going to find you.
Good
the
work.
effort, dubbed Operation Heatwave, resulting in 71 arrests and 91 felony warrants cleared, including warrants for drugs, possession of child pornography, and assault family violence.
Justice delayed in Montgomery County is justice denied, and it's time for justice to be served.
Some suspects caught out of state, as far away as Georgia.
If you flee Texas, you'll be brought back to Texas. You'll be brought back to Montgomery County.
The operation, initiated by Conroe Police Chief John Buckles, who took office in February.
When I came here, it was quite obvious that we had a lot of outstanding warrants. Our clearance rate was not where we would like it to be for our citizens.
That discovery prompting this search, with marshals deputizing nearly 50 local officers, uniting police, sheriff's deputies, the Gulf Coast Violent Offenders Task Force, and other agencies.
When I say I have the willpower at the district attorney's office, and we point to the resources in the state of Texas and our partners, hey, we mean what we say.
And Chief Buckles said it was just a start, with Conroe PD creating a crime reduction unit to keep tracking down fugitives. The department also working to streamline the warrant process.
And we will continue to search out for these particular absconders and hold them accountable and let these victims have their day in court.
Yeah, because as long as people like that stay outside, you're going to have victims, and you're going to have more and more victims on top. It's time to keep it 100, y'all. We're tired of these people, tired of whoever it is. Don't even have to worry about if it's an illegal immigrant or if it's an American citizen. Sorry, if you did some crime and you out there harming people, yeah, that's right. Locked up, and I hope they don't let you out. Let's go. Let's keep on moving forward, because now we got to get on over to Washington, because Secretary Kristi Noem says that the border wall will be painted black to make it hotter and harder to climb. How many of you guys believe in this? If something is painted black, that it gets hotter. I think that they should have painted it silver. That would have made it even more hotter.
Remember that a nation without borders is no nation at all. And we're so thankful that we have a president that understands that, and understands that a secure border is important to our country's future. Now, if you look at the structure that's behind me, it's tall, which makes it very, very difficult to climb, almost impossible. It also goes deep into the ground, which would make it very difficult, if not impossible, to dig under. And today, we are also going to be painting it black. That is specifically at the request of the president, who understands that in the hot temperatures down here, when something is painted black, it gets even warmer, and it will make it even harder for people to climb. So we are going to be painting the entire southern border wall black to make sure that we encourage individuals to not come into our country illegally, to not break our federal laws, but that they will abide and come to our country the right way, so that they can stay and have the opportunity to become United States citizens and pursue the American dream.
May I suggest using Rust-Oleum? I think Rust-Oleum, that American company, could use the business. And if you want, I don't think that you should use black, because black, although very beautiful, I must say, still not that much of a conductor as far as the whole heat. If you look at the old radiators in New York, they would always paint them with that silver heat-resistant metal, and it holds all the heat inside. That's what you want to use to paint those bars with. We got to keep on moving forward, because we got some sneaky business going on that we always expected from who else? None other than Mayor Adams. Mayor Adams. We got one of his former advisors to the mayor who allegedly tries to hand somebody a bag of potato chips with a stack of money in it. Guess what? They snitched on her. She's no longer with the office, but guess what? They might be using her as a drone to do things like this. Don't think that they don't keep people around in the party to do things like this. Let's get this screen open. And then after that, we got another person right after that that's actually going to court for the same sorts of, let's just say, kickback measures. Come on, New York, step to the front of the stage.
We've learned a former advisor to Mayor Adams handed a journalist a bag of potato chips filled with cash. This comes as several of the mayor's associates are facing new corruption charges. Ali Bauman has more.
Now, we've been complaining about potato chips the whole time. Now, if I was handed a bag of potato chips with money in it, I'm not going to complain, but she did.
An envelope of cash stuffed into a potato chip bag. This is what New York journalist Katie Honan says was handed to her
Casey?
Wednesday by former City Hall advisor Winnie Greco after a campaign event for the mayor in Harlem. Honan says she tried to give the money back and quickly notified the Adams campaign and the Department of Investigation. Greco, Adams' former director of Asian Affairs, resigned from City Hall last year after the FBI raided her home during his corruption case. A spokesman for the mayor's re-election campaign said in part Greco holds no position in this campaign and has been suspended from all volunteer campaign-related activities.
See what they try to do. They try to sever the relationship to make it like, oh, she wasn't a part of my campaign or anything like that. When, like I said, she was a drone that was dropping bags of money. Well, no, we're not stupid over here. You just got caught. And guess what? Somebody else probably dropped a bigger bag on her to get you in trouble. Don't think it don't go like that. You know what? We know what you're doing, but we want the campaign. So Mom Dami, we're not gonna get. Let's just say allegedly, they came with a box of a box of cereal. They gave her a whole box of cereal full of money. How about that? She said, hell with them potato chips. I'm gonna take the next person's cereal. Keep on moving forward now, because guess what? We got somebody in the comments that made a lot of sense just now. Heard what you had to say about the about that situation. Very smart insight. Keep on moving forward now, because we got to go to Los Angeles, where the fire chief is filing a claim against the mayor for allegedly accusing her of defamation and retaliation. So when the fires were going on, they're trying to say that they used this person as a scapegoat, and she's fighting back about it. Thank you so much, Mad Hatter. Parting with Buster Lost Them paint with bust all of them paint. I like that. Bust all of them paint. I got what you're trying to say. Bust all of them. Whatever type of paint it is, just make sure you're using it to bust them all. Let's get on over here to what's going on with Mayor Bass and this. She basically tried to throw somebody under the bus. It's like when something happens on an administrative level, they always say somebody's gonna lose their job for this. This one is fighting back. I don't know if I'm angry at her for this, especially against Bass, who's not been that good at her job, with a small saying.
Right now at 5:30, former LAFD Fire Chief Kristen Crowley filed a legal claim accusing LA Mayor Bass of defamation and retaliation. Crowley says the mayor ran a public smear campaign against the former chief during and after the Palisades fire.
Yeah, Mayor Bass removed Crowley as the chief in February. NBC4's Alex Rozier live at LA City Hall with details of Crowley's claim. Alex.
Michael and Colleen, a claim is a required step before a civil lawsuit can be filed, but this is just the latest development in a very high-profile fallout between the former fire chief and the mayor of Los Angeles.
Today, former LA Fire Chief Kristen Crowley accused Mayor Karen Bass of defamation, retaliation, and negligence. The details shared in this legal claim as Crowley's now seeking money from the city.
I just met with Chief Crowley and removed her as fire chief.
In February, the mayor removed Crowley as chief in part because of the department's response to the Palisades fire.
We all know that 1,000 firefighters that could have been on duty on the morning the fires broke were instead sent home on Chief Crowley's watch.
The mayor also said Crowley refused to take part in an after-action report after the fire. Crowley disputes that point and the mayor's statement that 1,000 more firefighters could have been on duty the morning the fire broke out.
I appreciate the love and support from my fellow firefighters.
Earlier this year, Mayor Bass faced criticism because she was in Ghana when the Palisades fire started. In Crowley's claim, she notes the mayor, while still in Ghana, praised LAFD's response to the Palisades fire on KNX.
This got him as a historic weather event, and I just again want to thank the leadership of Kristen Crowley and the Los Angeles Fire Department that are always on the ready.
Needless to say, I did not know all the facts.
Ultimately, Crowley's claim says Mayor Bass retaliated against her and removed her as fire chief after she took part in TV interviews.
Like they said, someone's head's got to roll, and guess what? She used you as the scapegoat, but guess what? Crowley not going out without a fight. Crowley not going out a fight. Just the same way I'm knocking out them people in the comments that's trying to be slick, and boom, getting them up out of here. Let's get on over to Orlando, where you never fail to give us content, Florida. Yes, Orlando, come to the front of the stage. We got a woman that screams and attacks an airport staff in a wild outburst. These people are starting to go crazy nowadays in the airport. I like to get dressed like this to go to the airport because you never know when you're going to get bumped up. That's a little secret. Now check this out. We know what they say. You play stupid games. What y'all got to say for me over there? That's right. You win stupid prizes. Come on over. Let me check. Let me see what happened to this person. I can't believe that they actually let her get away with what she did. People were walking away from her like she had the plague until, of course, those police came over there and said, silver bracelets, silver bracelets. They're one size fits all for everybody. Come on, y'all. Let's get on over here. Let's get this popping. Let's go. Check this out.
Crazy moments caught on camera at Orlando International Airport. A woman kicks a Southwest Airlines worker, then smashes a computer screen. And now she's facing charges.
She's back in Illinois at home right now after her travel troubles boiled over here in Orlando. And Kelsey Karen joins us live from OIA tonight. So Kelsey, passengers have a lot to say about this.
And John, an arrest report says that passengers were clapping and cheering as that woman that you just mentioned was escorted away by Orlando police officers. Now she's facing charges. This viral video recorded by a passenger showing a woman who police say is Salamit Velez Rodriguez kick this gate agent in a pink shirt. Oh, that's assault. And then punch this computer monitor at a Southwest Airlines gate at Orlando International Airport. Yeah. Whoa, what is she doing? But it doesn't stop there. 2 flights, 3 planes. After 45 minutes. She then allegedly punches yet another computer monitor at the gate agent's desk.
People have gotten real crazy. That's wild. I mean, you walk into places, they're just doing their jobs. Can't take it out on everybody.
It just makes me sad. There's something about air travel that stresses people out, but there's no reason to commit physical violence.
Thankfully, no other passengers were injured. According to an arrest report, Orlando police say Velez Rodriguez was upset when it came time to board a flight. Velez was asked to leave the jet bridge and was blocking the door to prevent access to the plane. It was after this that she became irate, police say. How might an outburst like this?
I don't know how they was able to not even detain her, how she was able to get away with all that, because I'm going to just go ahead and pull the race card. If that was somebody black, get over here, watch your head. Yeah, and they would have been thrown out the flight. They would have been flagged, and they would have been arrested. Probably would have never been able to fly on that airline again. Yeah, that's kind of crazy right there. She got what she deserved in the end. Sorry that dude had to get hit in the groin. We're going to keep on moving forward right now because we got to come on over to New York. Remember where that CBP off-duty officer that was involved in the pow-powing by the Hudson River? Guess what? The suspects are now facing justice. You remember that, like what was that? I think it was about 2 weeks ago where these guys drove up on this person that was by the Hudson River with their date, and that person wound up being a border patrol agent and got pow-powed in the face. This is the follow-up right here. Let's keep going.
All right, we just want to take you live to New York. This is Christian Amar, who is one of the suspects in the shooting of an off-duty law enforcement officer in New York in a park alongside the river. They shot him in the face. He and his other accomplice are the two that are charged with this. The other accomplice is still under medical supervision. So he appeared via Zoom or some similar method. But this is the person who's being held. Amar is his name. You saw the long list of interactions they have had, run-ins with the law in New York and in Boston between the two of them. But we continue to watch this very closely. They were charged with attempted murder, attempted robbery in the case of this off-duty police officer, as I mentioned, who was shot in the face and was sent to the hospital. He fortunately is okay. He's been released from the hospital. This happened in July, but we're just watching this live shot in the hallway as they wait to move this individual. Thank goodness they were able to catch up with these two, and now they are in custody and under police supervision. They're letting him sit down here for a minute. You can see that he's handcuffed, but these two were running around New York committing robberies. The other individual, I believe, is the one who was in Boston and Leominster, Massachusetts, both places that have routinely allowed people who are taken into custody to be turned back out into the street, and then this stuff happens.
Sanctuary City. He was actually in another city and he kept on getting out, moving to another city. When you're a refugee or somebody from another country, an illegal immigrant, you're not thinking about staying somewhere to stand trial or go to court. So when something happens, what do? You pick up and get out of there. Double tap that screen. Let's get those likes up, because now we got your boy Luigi Mangione, who we talked about in the header here, who says that he's accused accusing prosecutors of improperly reviewing his medical records. That's true there because it's about HIPAA violations, but I don't know how far they can take this, you guys. Let's get on over, double tap that screen to get these likes up. What do you guys think about that, the preceding story right there? Let's get into this real quick.
This morning, alleged killer Luigi Mangione is ratcheting up his accusations that prosecutors at the Manhattan District Attorney's Office knowingly and inappropriately violated his rights by viewing his private medical records. Defense attorneys said prosecutors were able to see medical diagnoses and statements made by Mr. Mangione to healthcare providers in violation of his HIPAA rights.
HIPAA is the Health Insurance Portability and Accountability Act, which essentially says that your health information is protected and should only be given to certain individuals when it is required by law.
Prosecutors have denied any violation. They said they subpoenaed entirely unremarkable information from Mangione's insurance provider, Aetna, like his account number and dates of coverage. Prosecutors blamed Aetna for turning over more information than requested. When prosecutors realized it, they said they notified the court and deleted the material. Aetna, however, said it responded to the subpoena appropriately. Defense attorneys asked the judge to hold a hearing to determine an appropriate remedy commensurate with the gravity of the violation. They said that could be the removal of prosecutors, the suppression of evidence, or even the dismissal of charges.
Wow.
It's going to be up to the judge for him to make a determination on whether or not this was a careless, harmless error, or whether there was, in fact, prosecutorial misconduct, which would mean that they intentionally sought information they should not have.
Mangione has pleaded not guilty to the assassination-style killing of United Healthcare chief Brian Thompson last December on a Midtown Manhattan street. He has also pleaded not guilty to federal charges that could result in the death penalty. He's being held in federal custody and receiving so much mail. The latest update from his legal team showed he was still opening letters in July that he received in January. His online legal defense fund has raised more than $1.2 million.
Whoa, okay, I guess that's their Robin Hood right there. People are really behind Luigi Mangione. Do you guys think that Luigi has a chance of actually being set out of prison for the dismissal because of his HIPAA rights being violated? If you think he has a chance of getting out, you know what I'm gonna say, right, guys? Thumbs up. Let's give it a thumbs up if you guys think that Luigi Mangione has a chance of getting out of prison because of what you just saw there with the HIPAA violation. Or do you think that they're gonna find some way to override it, probably throw away the prosecutors or something else, and they're not going to be able to throw it out? Throw it out, yes, and get out. Prosecute and keep on moving, thumbs down. Do you guys think that they're going to do that? We're going to keep on moving forward. I want to see. We got a lot of thumbs up. We got 2 thumbs down. We got 3 thumbs down. We got a couple going back and forward. Uh-oh, they might throw this thing out, you guys are thinking, because of the violation of the HIPAA laws. You guys are thinking that the HIPAA laws have been violated. So many people got the thumbs down if they play right by the laws. What you got over there, Casey? He don't stand a snowball's chance. Casey said he don't stand a snowball's chance, but guess what? Look at the chat, Casey. Look at what everybody else is saying. We're going to keep on moving forward. Do your boy a favor. If y'all appreciate the content thus far, double tap that screen to get those likes up. If you have not already subscribed to the channel, this is your chance to do so. And also become a member. Hit that bell right there for post notifications to let you know when we're on. We got to keep on moving because we got a lot more to get into right now. We have a bad situation right here that I do not want to report. It's North Carolina, where a veterinary office, boom, after a car crashed into it. That's right. It exploded. Hope I can say that word without that spinning ball coming around. But yes, want you guys to see this. It's actually happened very fast. Breaking news and kind of graphic. Please remove all the children from the front of the screen. If you have anybody watching the phone, of course, you probably don't, but that's just a little warning. Let's just get right into it, you guys. Let's go. This is that veterinary clinic that exploded. Yeah. Yeah.
Holy shit. Holy shit. Oh my God. Holy shit. Holy shit. Oh my God.
That's a veterinary clinic that exploded after a car crashed into it.
Oh my gosh.
This is in North Carolina.
Oh my gosh.
You're going to get a credit to Jordan Branyan of TMX. Thank you for this content. Really good content right here. As you can hear, the fire trucks are coming. Gives you an idea how far debris can fly too. What if that stuff was engulfed on flames, and that's how other things catch a flame around an explosion? Just gives you a little bit of homework right there. Terrible situation. We hope that the nobody got hurt inside of that veterinary office in North Carolina. We're going to go ahead and put a prayer down to make sure that we try to hope that no one got hurt. If anyone did, that they're okay and the families are okay and everybody's getting through this tragic event, especially the animals and everybody that was around. We ask that today in Jesus' name. Thank you. Amen. Double tap that screen to get those likes up. You guys, we appreciate it. Now let's get into some business as the Target CEO is stepping down because customers are turning away from buying items from Target. You know why? Because they had that big DEI and inclusive marketing program that they rolled out. We had a whole bunch of people that wanted to follow it. Then all of a sudden, they saw that it wasn't working for them, tried to pull back, and it didn't work for them because those people actually were going to keep on going in. Now, guess what? You're fired. Let's go. Let's keep on moving.
CEO Brian Cornell is stepping down after 11 years with the company. His departure, which was widely expected, comes as customers are now turning away from the store. Target's stock is among the worst performing companies in the U.S. right now. The S&P 500 this year showing it's way down more than 20%, I should say, to be specific. Let's go live right now to CNN business and politics correspondent Vanessa Yurkevich. Vanessa, what else led to Cornell's exit?
Yeah, the CEO is out. The CEO is now stepping in. Brian Cornell, who has led the company for more than a decade through some of the company's best years, but most recently through some of the worst years, really not able to dig the company out of the hole. So now you have Michael Fidelki, the CEO, stepping into that position on February 1st. Investors were hoping that Target was going to bring in a fresh face, but the company said after an exhaustive search, they're going with one of their own. You can see shares of Target stock right now down about 11% earlier today, 8% down right now. This is also because of slumping sales. They reported another quarter of sales decline. You have customers pulling back, but you also had in the beginning of this year, Wolf, a boycott by many of Target's core customers who were really upset with the brand after they rolled back their DEI initiatives. The brand was known for being LGBTQ focused and putting a lot of that branding front and center. They pulled back on that, and then consumers pulled back. Also, tariffs, headwinds facing the company. Listen to outgoing CEO Brian Cornell on what happened with tariffs with the company.
Everybody.
As one of the largest importers in the country, the prospect of higher tariffs meant we were facing some major financial and operational hurdles as we entered the year. This was further complicated by the multiple changes in tariff policy that have been announced and implemented as it progressed.
I know one thing, they spend a lot of money on security. They spend a lot of money on videotaping and recording people because you hear about a lot of theft going on, but you do not hear about it a lot at Target because they got some real serious stuff going on in there. And guess what? That costs money in order to implement. Let's get on over to New York right now where I'm at, where New Yorkers are sounding off on what? What I told you guys. What I told you guys before the summer. Come on. What did I tell you was going to happen right before the summer? I told you guys this in December. I told you guys this in about February or March. I told you that after the congestion pricing came in and everybody got used to it because people are thunderants, what was going to happen? They're going to raise the fares on the trains. I said it was $2.90. We're the highest trains right now. Thank you, Merck, for the $19.99. Starbucks on me. Happy Friday. Thank you so much, Merck. Everything is appreciated. Everybody, thank Merck for the $19.99 because we appreciate that. Starbucks on Merck this morning. We appreciate it. Back to the story. Check this out. Do you guys remember me telling you about the fares going up on the trains? They were going to wait, implement the congestive pricing, get people used to it, and then boom, ban you with the higher rates on the train. No more security, no more police. Just got to get more money from you. We need more money from you, even though they've already stolen about $190 million on this congestive pricing situation. How did they do that, Bugatti? Because they have a toll and it's 60th Street. You try to pass 60th Street, it's $9 if you live in the city. If you don't live in the city, it's $14. And that's how they stacked all that money over this amount of time. It's highway robbery. Nobody's doing anything about it. Kathy Jokul Hochul is the ringleader of all of this that's going on. Now the MTA says that they need more money even after they stole that money from us when it comes down to congestive pricing. Please make it make sense to me, because they're taking that money, but what are they doing with it? Okay, let's go.
Tonight, commuters had their say about. Also here tonight, commuters had their say about paying more to commute. The MTA has proposed another fare hike.
How much?
It says to maintain an aging system. But as Alicia Reed reports, some say even a small increase will have a big impact.
Stupid.
I support small biannual fare increases. None of this is necessary.
The MTA was all ears as the public voiced their opinions on the proposed fare hikes that will affect subways, buses, trains, bridges, and tunnels.
They're attempting to extract more money from working and poor people at a time when we literally cannot afford it. We're being stretched in every which way.
The increase would mean $3 one-way fare for subways and buses,
See, I knew
a
it.
25
I told
cents
you.
increase for
Told
express
you.
buses,
Told you.
4.4% spike for Long Island Railroad and Metro North peak tickets, and 20 to 60 cents more at MTA bridges and tunnels.
Told you.
MTA CEO Janno Lieber says the agency's.
And it's the same person that was stealing from us 6 months ago, right before Trump came in office, and said, oh, we need congestive pricing money so that we can do repairs to an aging system, and ripping y'all off one more time. But guess what? Nobody's doing jack shit about it. Guess what? I can curse now. It's the we can curse after 3 minutes. Nobody's doing jack shit about it. Yeah.
Being proactive in taking care of the day-to-day costs of running transit instead of waiting until the system fails.
It needs as much money to maintain the system, to improve the system, and also to do what our predecessors never did, which is to stop this 100-year-old system from falling down.
We support the moderate fare increase that will help keep the system running and the budget balanced.
A protest outside MTA headquarters in Brooklyn calling for fair fares. Subway riders saying it's getting more and more difficult to afford public transit, which should be the cheapest way to get around.
Improving the trains. We don't see it go to putting AC in train stations so that people aren't passing out.
We shouldn't be penalized because we're poor.
Bed-Stuy resident Roger Wareham recently found out about a program that offers half-price fares for eligible low-income residents.
Half of the people who were eligible for it hadn't even registered for it, because a lot of people didn't know about it.
There will be 2 more hearings tomorrow at 10 a.m. and 5 p.m. People can join remotely or in person. The board will then vote in the fall, and if approved, increases will go into effect in January.
All right, I'm going. All right, I'm gonna find out the date of this. I'm gonna videotape myself. I am going. I will have a voice. I am going. I'm going. I'm going. I'm going. To one of those right there, we going live. I'm not playing. I'm going. And I hope he's sitting there with his duck neck looking son of a piece of crap. How dare them steal like this from us in New York? I cannot believe it. And guess what? We just sitting there like some virgins and letting them do it to us. Keep on moving forward, you guys. The man who went from respected to hated inside William Barr's testimony over Jeffrey Epstein's death investigation. Let's get into this, you guys. Y'all heard me. You know, once I make a promise, I'm going to stick to it. We're going down to community meetings, and I'm going to have my say. We're going to record it. We're going to put it up. Let's go.
Attorney General William Barr was on Capitol Hill today to answer questions about the
Thieving.
Former Attorney General William Barr was on Capitol Hill today to answer questions about the Jeffrey Epstein files. In the hours after the convicted sex offender was found dead inside his Manhattan jail cell back in 2019, Barr pledged to personally lead the investigation into his death.
Yeah, Jennifer.
Now, 6 years later, lawmakers want to hear how that inquiry was actually carried out. CBS News legal reporter Katrina Kaufman joins us now. And Katrina, thanks for being with us. I know this is something that you've been watching very carefully. What are some of the questions that lawmakers are really looking at getting answered here?
There are so many questions, and he actually seemed to answer one as he was leaving today. Reporters were shouting questions at him, and they said, "Do you still believe that Mr. Epstein died by suicide?" And he appeared to answer, "Yes, I do." But some other questions are, did they ever investigate any other theories of Epstein's death? Also, Barr personally watched 11 hours of surveillance footage from the Metropolitan Correctional Center There's this missing minute. Attorney General Pam Bondi has said that there's a refresh that happens before midnight, but a high-level government source told CBS reporter Dan Rutnick that actually there is original footage with that minute. Did Bill Barr see that minute? What is on it? And then, of course, everyone wants to know, was there a client list? Has President Trump's name come up? Have other notable names come up? And today, the chairman of the House Oversight Committee, James Comer, stepped out and he said that Bill Barr had testified that there was nothing that would implicate President Donald Trump, that he had never seen a client list. But there are just so many questions here.
I have to say, this must be a very high level of corruption, because it's so smart to restart the video at about 12 o'clock because people would expect to see that change. But yeah, for a minute, we're still going to want that minute. And then they found out that it was actually 3 minutes. And then they found out that it was 2 videos that were conjoined together. So what is it? Had to calm myself down off that subway situation. But like I said, we're going to the next town hall. Let's get on over to Texas, because we got these concerned Bryant community members that are angered over Ghislaine Maxwell's prison transfer. There's protesters outside demonstrating and basically saying that they don't want anybody like her in their town. And if they already accepted, this kind of makes sense. They've already accepted the minimal security system security prison. They never knew that they were going to have anyone with this high level of security necessity or clearance. They have a right.
Well, a group of demonstrators marched to the Bryan Federal Prison Camp to protest Ghislaine Maxwell's move to the minimum security facility. KBTX's Dylan Chris Watkins spoke
right about
with
this
group
one.
members about what actions they want to see taken.
We're advocating full transparency between the government and its citizens, especially when things that shift around and happen on a national level directly affect our community.
Many questions surround Ghislaine Maxwell's recent transfer to what is known as one of the nation's most comfortable prisons.
I don't think this is the safest place for her to be necessarily, when it's not a prison that has a lot of security.
Local resident and 10th Congressional District candidate Don Marshall says people in the community are confused.
The sentiment is they don't want her here. They think that she is dangerous to the community and to the people that live there. They also are just scratching their heads, saying, what in God's green earth is going on here? Was she given, is this a bribe? Is this for her safety?
Serena Wedeking, a founder for the Brazos Valley Community Coalition, hopes the protest highlights the opposition for Maxwell's move to town, but also sparks conversations.
We want people to actually stop and get out of their cars and interact with us and have conversations and get to know people offline and out of the news comment section.
I have to agree with them. I have to, because people in the prison are saying the same thing. Like, look, we're in a minimum security prison now. We got to deal with this person, even though she may not strike out, want to shank us or anything like that. You still need the right amount of security for her. And why is she giving all of these perks? I don't know. You guys tell me. Do me a favor, you guys, double tap that screen. Let's get those likes up to make ends meet, make it make sense. And also, what does it do, Bugatti? It gets more people over here. You don't believe me? Look at the chat after you hit that like button. What's going to happen? You're going to see people say, hey, what's going on over here? Why? Because when all of you guys hit that like button, YouTube gets a notification and they notify everybody else. And other people say, hey, what's going on over there? They see the header, whoop, whoop, whoop. Our bottom line, our bottom line, our bottom line. And then they hit it, more people come over. Then the next thing you hear on the bottom over there is, what's going on over here? And that's the full circle. So do your boy that favor, not asking too much, because I know it's hot out here for a pimp. So we don't try to hit your pockets too much, because we got a little bit of coffee in the kitchen. But we would like to get those likes up, even though it is Friday. We know you probably just got paid. Let's keep on going, y'all, because the Justice Department has finally agreed to release the Jeffrey Epstein files. And that's what we're going to be doing all this weekend. We're going to be compiling. We're going to be hunting. We're going to see what we can find. That's right. We're going to see what we can find in these files. And hopefully they're not so redacted.
It's not clear where this is going and what they expect to get from this. So we do know, Pamela, that...
I haven't answered any questions today. Most of the information that we've seen throughout this whole month is recycled information. It goes all the way back to the binders.
Yep.
All that stuff is public.
True.
At Extreme Experience,
True.
we believe the world's most exciting cars should be accessible
I have to
you.
agree.
We've asked the FBI for that. We've submitted a FOIA. We've requested it for many, many years and come up short. So there's a little bit that we do know, but there's an awful lot that we don't know. And the victims are really looking forward to some accountability and transparency.
We all are,
and
right?
a full accounting of how did Jeffrey Epstein get so wealthy? How did he gain so much influence? What happened in the 90s, the 2000s, the 2010s, 30 years that this individual was able to, conduct these activities, traffic in victims all across the world, and yet nothing new in the files? That's really hard for them to believe, and a great disappointment.
Well, you heard CNN's Evan Perez walk us through the list of who Republicans have subpoenaed so far for depositions. You have former federal prosecutor and later Labor Secretary Alex Acosta, who was not on that list.
This is who I want to
Acosta
talk to.
negotiated Epstein's sweetheart plea deal when he was a federal prosecutor. What is the significance of hearing from him in your view?
He's a key witness. He's a key witness to what happened not only in Florida, but also for his statement that he heard that Epstein was associated with intelligence. He made that statement. It's part of the public record. Nobody's asked him who told him that.
They're basically saying Epstein was down with the alphabet boys, CIA, FBI, something like that. And maybe that's why we're not getting those files. What you guys think about that possibility?
How did he learn that information? What understanding did he have of Jeffrey Epstein's relationship?
I want to ask you about Ghislaine Maxwell because she was moved from this prison in Florida to a lower security facility in Texas. Have you learned anything about the circumstances surrounding that move?
Why?
We have not learned anything about that. And technically, under the Crime Victims' Rights Act, victims are only eligible to receive notice if somebody is discharged or moved to a halfway home. A camp is almost a halfway home, all right? I mean, it's not a secure facility. We have very few child pornography defendants in camps. Those are image distribution and possession cases. Almost all those people are at medium security facilities. I've never known any of them to go to a camp. The only time people that are sex offenders or have committed serious crimes get released to a federal camp is within months of their discharge. So it's
And yeah, she got years to go before her discharge. A lot more years to go before her discharge. Let's get a little bit of this ancient information just to bring us up to date.
To his alleged sex trafficking ring. Acosta then went on to serve as Trump's first-term labor secretary. For reasons unknown, Acosta, the man who would know everything about the Epstein case, was left off the House Oversight Committee's list of subpoenaed witnesses. But tonight, a Republican on that committee, Congresswoman Anna Paulina Luna, is telling the Palm Beach Post that calling Acosta to testify is not, quote, off the table. She also says at any time he can be called to testify. I'm going to speak to the top Democrat on that committee in a moment about plans to subpoena Acosta, because even though dozens of victims had come forward at that point, Acosta, as I mentioned, let Epstein off easy, allowed him to plead guilty to just 2 prostitution-related charges. Epstein served only 13 months in a county jail and was allowed to leave the jail nearly every day for 12 hours. The Department of Justice review later found that Acosta exercised poor judgment in the case, although he continued to defend his actions years after the case was closed.
There was value to getting a guilty plea. You can always look at a play after the fact and say, should it have been the safe play or should you have gone for the big score?
Big score.
This comes as President Trump is, many think, Trump.
What's a safe play when you got so many witnesses? You got all the evidence. You got all of these files. And somebody stopped him from pushing that thing through. What you guys think? What do you guys think? Come on now.
Trying to change the subject from Epstein as he threatens a full-on federal takeover of Washington, D.C. But it's Trump's own party who won't let Epstein go.
Americans are sick and tired of this government holding on to all these secrets. They're sick and tired of being lied to by the intelligence community and by a deep state. I hope that we don't have to wait 60, 70 years to find out what really happened when it came to Jeffrey Epstein.
Kristen Holmes is out.
Nope, we're going to keep on moving, you guys. We're going to keep on because that's right. We up to date. Today is Friday. Doom, 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 doom. Doom, 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 doom. I want to get paid, but I don't even care about the money. I want the files. I want them to start giving us files so we can start going through them so we can finally get down to the bottom of this. How many of you guys also want to see those files? How many of you want to make sure that they're unredacted? I'm tired of the big blocks. You know how we always put the link? I always put the link to the files inside of the description, right? But every time you go there, you see a big blank out. It's always redacted. We want the unredacted files, please. We'd appreciate it. Let's keep on moving forward because now we got a situation in Nassau County where they rounded up over 42 criminals working with doom, 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 doom. Do 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 do, bust it, ice, ice, baby. Doom 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 doom, ice, ice, baby. They working with ICE right now. Come on, they got over 42 criminals, and they working with ICE to have affiliate alleged gang members deported. They've been working this week, this month, this quarter. I gotta give them props for that. I don't know how you guys feel about it, but they're getting a lot of people out of here, and a lot of people that we don't need in our country. Check this out.
From attempted murder to a machete attack at a soccer field, Nassau County officials revealed details of their roundup of 42 suspected dangerous gang members. Investigators say they're responsible for the recent spike in crime there. And as Carolyn Gussoff reports, the county is now working with ICE to have dozens of the gang members deported.
We promised in the beginning that we were going to go after the worst of the worst. You're looking at it.
Surrounded by machetes, hatchets, box cutters, and other tools of brutality, the Nassau Police Commissioner detailed a 4-day major blow to gangs. The roundup during a week-long intensive search for 42 suspected criminals.
This is like playing whack-a-mole. You poke your head up, we're going to knock it back down.
We saw a little gang activity start up, and we said, we're going to nip it in the bud. We're going to put it to an end immediately.
Gang violence played out at this Hempstead Park when a young park goer was mistaken for a rival.
He was an innocent kid, suffers from a cognitive issue. They try to rob him. They hit him with the machete. And then this kid ran a good 2 miles, chased by these thugs. So those thugs are now going to be in jail.
Then in early August, gang-on-gang violence, a home invasion, a stabbing, and a shooting met with a focused response.
You're not going to poison our children with your evil works and your evil doings here in Nassau County.
MS-13's presence on Long Island dates back more than a decade. The 18th Street gang, officials say, is also responsible for a litany of local crime.
I am pleased to say that 33 of these offenders are in ICE custody without bond, pending removal. This is just a snapshot of the worst case scenario when our nation's immigration laws are not honored.
Why was there a spike in gang violence here? Officials believe a recent indictment triggered retaliation between rival gangs and say a quick response was needed to prevent it from getting out of control. In Mineola, Long Island, Carolyn Gussoff, CBS.
We got more, y'all. We got to keep on going. Some love to T.O. for that love with that shouting us out from Alaska there, you guys. Shout out from Alaska. That shows me a lot of love. Look at that, yo. We got people in Alaska. Like Tony Montana said, you keep on messing with me. I hope you're dressed warm because you're going to be working in Alaska. Keep on moving forward, you guys, because now we got to get these 65 Connecticut undocumented immigrants that would, wait a minute. No, we're going to get on over to Pittsburgh right now. I think we're going to Pittsburgh right now. Let's get on over to Pittsburgh. Now, you guys, everybody in the front in Pittsburgh, let's get to the front of the stage real quick. Pittsburgh, it's going to be okay. Let's get to some good information, some wholesome information, somebody who's actually caring about someone, just for a break in what normally goes on real quick. Everything is going to be okay. A Pittsburgh Good Samaritan, Nathaniel, holds the driver's hand after a crash. It's not just a regular hand holding. Watch this when you guys see what I'm talking about. This is crazy right here. A fantastic person, and we need more people like this in the world.
Nathaniel Bunn tells me he never thought twice about leaving his vehicle and running to help in the middle of traffic. He says he was actually sitting at this light at the end of the West End Bridge on Sunday when he watched a vehicle flip onto its roof, and he jumped out and ran to help.
It was a loud boom, and then a car went in the air, landed, and just... we just wanted to make sure nobody was hurt if we could.
Standing feet from where that car flipped 4 days ago, Nathaniel Bunn remembers it all very clearly, including his family's and a stranger's desperate attempts to free the driver. But the vehicle was on its roof and the door was stuck.
But we couldn't pry it open. So I resigned to sit down and just told her to hold my hand, and she squeezed it for comfort.
Those moments were captured here in this image. Bunn says the woman holding his hand inside the car wasn't making a noise, but she was holding him tight as he told her it would be okay, that an ambulance was on the way.
I was feeling kind of in despair. I don't feel like that often, just because of how the world's going on, a lot of things, and a lot of people were videotaping and stuff.
Bunn says seeing so many recording rather than helping while he held on to a stranger he couldn't see bothered him. But he is grateful he was here, and he stayed in this spot until paramedics arrived. But Bunn tells me he has thought a lot about the driver since.
I did call AGH to ask how the crash accident was doing, and they said we can just tell you that no one's critical. I didn't know her name.
Bunn only hopes the driver is now healing, and that this shows others compassion counts.
Didn't even see her face, didn't care what race she was, didn't care. That's your boy right there. That's how you get down. Hopefully we get people like that that come into our comment section and want to be a part of our community. Because guess what? Doesn't matter your race, your color, your creed, or whatever. If somebody's under and being stressed like that, do you see they had the nerve to not stop and help that lady? Instead, they rather videotape. Wanted you guys to see a good, kind-hearted act right there instead of all of the craziness. Now let's get back over to the craziness. Because we got 65 people in Connecticut, undocumented immigrants. Yeah, they being detained by doom, 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 doom. Yep, it's not over. We got more, you guys. I'm talking about they stacking this deck. I told you it was like 100 and something that we got stacked over here. Seems like they're trying to get up to 1,500 a day. Yeah, that's what they're going for.
Operations around Connecticut this past weekend were confirmed today by the federal government. Immigration officials say they arrested 65 people in a 4-day sweep. Nearly 30 reportedly have serious criminal records, we're told. News 8 political reporter Mike Cerulli in Danbury, where ICE was particularly active during this operation. Mike.
Good evening to you, Darren. Here at the scene right now of a protesting what was called Operation Broken Trust. That name, Broken Trust, invokes the name of the Connecticut state law, the Trust Act, which limits cooperation between local and state cops and ICE. And it wasn't just the name of this operation that the feds invoked. They also singled out one Democratic state lawmaker in particular. In cities all across Connecticut, ICE agents and their federal partners went to work conducting Operation Broken Trust. Among those nabbed in the operation, ICE says, was this Danbury man in the country illegally and convicted on drug charges, harassment, carrying a prohibited weapon, cruelty toward a child, and obscene communication. In Stamford, ICE says they apprehended this man, also in the country illegally and once arrested for robbery, assault, and breach of peace. Stamford saw numerous arrests. It also saw one of its state representatives, Democrat Corey Paris, post on social media alerting his followers to reports of ICE activity. He told them to stay vigilant and share any information about ICE operations with local advocacy organizations.
Yeah, so they're trying to help. We got ICE out here, Homeland Security, trying to get rid of them. And we got a certain sorts of people, let's just put it like that, that's trying to advocate to help these people and these criminals be able to continue to remain in the community. Had somebody in the comments that had the nerve to say to me, and you're happy about that? Yes, I'm happy about illegal criminals that are getting arrested and going to Alligator Alcatraz. I'm very excited about that. And guess what? I don't care. Because you same people, y'all was the ones that when they was walking over here in those caravans, oh, they coming over here in the caravan, guys. What are you going to do? They're getting closer to Mexico, guys. They're getting closer over here. What did you guys do? Absolutely nothing about it. Kept on having people coming in here, blind idiots, and letting things go on. And now, as a result, look at our country. Look at what's going on. And you guys are okay with it? I cannot condone it. And I am about common sense. I'm not a Republican. I am not a Democrat. I am not an independent. Can't even say it. I'm a human being. I made this platform for human beings to have something to say and be able to have it on their on one platform to be able to say it. I can say what I want to say on this platform. You guys can too, as long as you're not disrespectful. And we have to get you up out of here. And our co-host will make sure, boom, that you get sent up out of here. Just so you get a little bit of history of what our bottom line is about. We're going to keep on moving forward. Because Audra, and wait a minute, we got some love over there from the 199 super chat. That boom, thank you so much. We don't care if it's $1 because anything out of your pocket coming over here, we appreciate it because you ain't have to give us jack. So thank you so much. Keep on moving forward. Audra McDonald said a fan followed her home. Yeah, let's get on into it, you guys. Had a crazy video the other day of somebody following someone home, trying to grab at her. Like, these people are really walking around and just being crazy, doing whatever they want to do. You guys have to be very vigilant about your family members. If you have a wife or a girlfriend, make sure you're making sure she gets to where she's got to be, point A to point B, because there's a lot of crazy people out here, and not just in one particular state. Do your boy a favor, double tap that screen. Let's get those likes up. More people can get informed about information like this.
That's a big no-no. I'm gonna call that out. That's a big no-no. That's not messing with my safety.
One of Broadway's biggest stars speaks out, saying lines were crossed following a performance. Good evening, I'm Christine Johnson. And welcome back, I'm Jessica Moore. Broadway star Audra McDonald is giving her account of what happened with an overzealous fan. As Dave Carlin reports, it is leading to a larger conversation on safety and etiquette.
The revival of the musical Gypsy ended its house run on Broadway.
Samuel,
but not
thank
where
you so
its
much.
star Audra McDonald experienced a, quote, uncomfortably close encounter with an overly determined fan.
It's not right.
McDonald took to Instagram to call out the behavior of a woman who found the Tony winner as she exited the theater over the weekend.
And followed me all the way to where I was staying. And then when I finally got some security to help me, their response was, well, hey, I've come all the way and felt that they deserve an autograph. And that is crossing a big old boundary.
They followed her from where she was in theater, a star. She probably wanted to walk to a hotel. She may have had local hotel she was staying in. When she gets there, she tells security somebody's following her. And then the person had the nerve. This is the ignorant people. Well, since I followed you this far, can I get an autograph? This is when that Batman and Robin slap comes in. And that hand just says, shut the fuck up and get away from me. How about that? Are you kidding me? Thank you for that $2 super chat. We appreciate everything. We got 2 collars on. We don't turn down much. Let's keep on moving forward. Who's that right there? Dallas TT just had a huge human trafficking bust. Fantastic. I'm going to look into that. Give me some more information on that right there. Send it to me so I can look into it.
We're gonna go through it together. McDonald explained why she did not greet fans at the stage door during the run of Gypsy, which closed Sunday, saying she needed to conserve her voice and get home quickly to her child. Okay. McDonald says, give actors space.
If they don't stop, leave them alone.
I have to stay healthy. Bob Odenkirk told us some expect stars will interact with fans, which he did while he was on Broadway recently. Glengarry Glen Ross. I should probably wear a mask. Lea Salonga wore one for a short time when she starred in Stephen Sondheim's Old Friends. She was getting over an illness.
It's knowing how to negotiate a show without panic, without anxiety.
I just think that they need more security, and you should have probably not been taking no train or local transportation. Maybe you need to get a lift or a situation that's going to help you out better than that. Who's this right here? We're going to thank this person. That is T. Morg, $9.99 super chat. You ain't beating me, son. We on the come up, people. Thank you so much. He said you ain't beating him. He said I'm gonna hit you with a $9.99 super chat. You ain't beating me. I guess you guys are having a contest right now, but guess what? Whatever it is, we appreciate you guys. We surely do. We're gonna get on over to this Springfield, man. I need you guys to stay right here. Don't go nowhere, because AI is being used against us in a way that I have to warn you about. First of all, let's double tap that screen and get more people over here. If you care about people not being scammed, or if you care about people getting new information, this is something right here that I would have never even thought about in a million years. But now we got these scammers that are using AI to really get at people. Imagine you get a video, you get a request saying that you won some money. All you got to do is fill out a survey or something like that. Then you get a follow-up that says, you probably won't even believe it because it's crap most of the time. But what if you get a video of your famous favorite actress or artist saying, hey, Natalie, hey, Liberty, hey, Merck, hey, Casey, you just won such and such. And it's actually them in the video. But guess what? It's not. It's AI. That's what they're doing now. These scammers are getting tech with it, tech savvy. They're actually having your favorite singers, your favorite actors reach out to you with scams like this. Check this out.
First this half hour, a Springfield man says he lost $70 through a scam that utilized artificial intelligence, making him think he was getting prizes from country music star Jelly Roll. He says he was shocked to see technology has come so far and for it to be used in this way to scam him. 10 News reporter Sartaj Singh sat down with this person and shows us the very video that convinced one man, at least for a moment, that he was interacting with Jelly Roll.
For some, being able to interact with a celebrity is often described as a dream, but there are people out there looking to exploit that dream, as people are now impersonating these celebrities, and one Springfield man says he was a victim of one of their scams.
I'm doing this video to show you the Jelly Roll is just $50 Apple Card. Once you get it, the delivery man.
I really thought it was Jelly Roll.
Ronnie Flint lives in Springfield. He says he was going about his day when he got a message on Facebook claiming to be a celebrity that he happened to be a fan of.
This is what they sent. Jelly Roll's private page. They said that I won $50,000 in a brand new car.
That's when they sent him a video of what appears to be Jelly Roll, asking Flint to cover shipping to get his prizes.
Wow.
Flint was not convinced, even after the page sent him what they say is Jelly Roll's official driver's license. But the second video that they sent surprised him.
Ronnie Flint, I'm here to tell you that once you get the $25, your delivery process will complete.
And then when they sent the second video where he actually said my full name, that's what got me.
Guys, thank you so much. We want to give appreciation to, who's that right there? We want to give appreciation to Archer BS and SOADDIC. I appreciate you. You refuse to be contained by race or political ideology. That takes strength. I need things that feed my soul, and you help to do that, going against the narrative. Thank you guys so much for your appreciation. And guess what? I do this every single day because of you, because I don't have to. But I love doing it, and you guys light me up, so I'll give it right back. All that love right there, you kidding me? I love doing this. Let's go.
I was like, wow, it's really Jelly Roll.
Then they asked him to send money through Apple gift cards. Flint sent them a total of $70, even though he is on a fixed income.
I even told them that, I'm on disability. They
don't care.
The money that I have
they don't care.
The rest of the month.
A family member warned Flint that this was a scam.
They don't care.
He promptly stopped and filed a police report. But the messages for more money keep coming.
They're thinking I'm going to send them another $30 on the 3rd, which ain't going to happen.
Flint says he wants to share his story in order to make sure no one has to go through what he did.
Maybe somebody else has already fell for it, and I don't want them to fall for it the way I did.
Multiple organizations as well as police departments often say that if it's too good to be true, it often is too good to be true.
Yep, no matter what they're trying to do. You know how many people try to reach out to me telling me, hey, this is GoPro. Hey, this is such and such. You've been doing good on that show. They actually watching me right now. And every time I say bridgethisllc@gmail.com, you don't think there's some scammers that's trying to send me some scam crap or some malware to try to take over my email address, to try to take over this channel? Every single week they try it. I'm telling you, they try it every week. I got private messages sitting in there right now talking about private messages from YouTube. You go in there, it's a message basically trying to con you for you to give them email access. They're trying to take our channels. You got to be really careful. And it sucks because we work hard for these channels and for these platforms. Got to be careful out there, you guys. Let's go. Thank you so much. We got more love from Tilo Mong 2525. Thank you so much. Everybody show some love for Tilo Mong 2525 for the $19 super chat. Thank you so much. We appreciate it. We appreciate you so much. Let's get on to Florida, where a man is accused of using cameras to target sprinklers at disabled kids. That's right. All they doing is heading to school, the deputies say. All they doing is going back and forth to school. But this old man, you got them grumpy old men that live next door. He ain't got nothing better to do. This fool put his sprinklers on a timer for the time when the kids go to school and for when they come back to school, y'all. His sprinklers, and aim them towards where the kids have to walk. And guess what? He got locked up, or did he? We're gonna find out right now. Florida, come to the front of the stage. Check this out.
Well, a father in Marion County is livid after he claims that a neighbor bullied his disabled kids. Now, here's the catch. He says the bully is a 61-year-old man.
Yeah, deputies say this man timed his sprinklers to go off as those kids in wheelchairs were getting on and off the school bus. Fox 35's Marie Ettinger is joining us live in that neighborhood tonight. So, Marie, this entire family got soaked.
Petty Pendergrass.
We're calling him a bully, but the Marion County Sheriff's Office is calling this guy a criminal. He wound up charged with multiple charges of aggravated assault on disabled children and aggravated assault on this father. He also has charges for stalking. We're going to talk about all of that. But the Marion County Sheriff's Office says the father actually wound up wearing a bathing suit to the bus stop every day just to make sure he could block his kids from that sprinkler shooting at them.
Wow.
61-year-old Antonio Ramon is accused of weaponizing his sprinkler system to shoot water at his neighbor's disabled kids getting their bus.
School bus is arriving, sprinklers are off at 08:11 hours.
A corporal with the Marion County Sheriff's Office staked out the neighborhood, watching as the school bus pulled up.
Sprinklers are now activated as the bus stopped.
He looked on as only the sprinklers pointing toward the bus turned the army dry. The water directly toward Kevin Martin and his children.
Wow.
I found it shocking and appalling, but also huge kudos to the father of this family. He had started wearing swim clothes to his children on the bus so that he could use his body as a shield to protect his kids.
Once the bus left,
And sprinklers are now off and disengaged.
Clearly not enough time to water your lawn, just enough time to really disturb and distress the family next door as they're trying to just get their children to school.
that wasn't the first time deputies had been out to the house. In fact, neighbors told me law enforcement is there somewhat often.
I mean, this has been going on for a long time with him.
Why are you living, hostile with your neighbors? That doesn't make no sense to me.
In one case, records show Ramon called to complain about the school bus, and the deputy suggested he call the school board to get the bus stop changed. A different incident report mentioned surveillance video allegedly showing Ramon yelling at a delivery truck driver who partially blocked his driveway before going inside to get a gun. That incident came up in a cease and desist Martin sent Ramon in January of last year, where he accused Ramon of threatening and harassing him and his children.
Yeah, you got a grumpy neighbor right there. You got to be careful of this fool right here because you never know. It might levitate and be more. Get worse. Terrible situation. We lucky that he did get arrested. But did you guys notice how only when the father was bringing the children out in a wheelchair at that, and that's the precise time that those sprinklers went on? That's another level of low right there, you guys. I'm talking about sometimes you get the grumpy old man. You might get the old man that's like, turn that music down. Won't be doing that over here. This guy right here seemed like he's at a whole nother level. And it's good that he got what? Locked up. And he gonna be locked up for a while. Let's keep on moving forward, you guys, because now we got this car crash that crashed straight through this restaurant as these influencers filmed the food review. We saw a little bit of this yesterday, but we didn't get too much information on it. And I always promise you that I'm going to try to follow up as much as I can. So here's the follow-up to that story from yesterday. Let's get into it. Let's go. Let's keep on moving.
Okay, check out this now wild viral video. Okay, check out this now wild viral video.
Ooh.
That's a car smashing through a glass wall of a restaurant in Houston, Texas.
It was all caught on camera mid-bite by influencers Nina Santiago and Patrick Blackwood. They were recording a food review for social media. It was posted on Sunday. Thank goodness Santiago has given an update online saying the car hit us directly. She was grateful to be alive. Police have not confirmed exactly what happened. Both influencers sustained minor injuries, thank goodness.
So they're eating it right now.
Right. Look at this. Wow. They go flying. Look. Oh, yeah.
They had minor injuries due to the glass, I would assume, but you also got to realize they're lucky that car stopped at that point. It goes another foot, 2 feet, and this thing's much, much worse.
They really got, and they had food in their mouth, which, whatever, not good.
Yesterday, somebody was in the comments that was like, y'all cruel. Some of y'all in the comments, y'all don't never show no remorse. Somebody in the comments was like, would you like a little glass with that? Y'all swear to you guys. Y'all be really going in sometime. We're going to double tap that screen and get those likes up, get more people over here. If you're already not a member, become a member, share and like the info. We got to keep on moving forward because we have a thuntadun, and we know the correct spelling of thuntadun. And anytime somebody tell you didadun, they don't know what they're talking about. They're probably a 2000s baby. We made the terminology up in the 90s. THUNTHADUNT. It's a real word. Look it up. No, I'm just messing with you. We made it up. It's thuntadun. That's it. Not didadun. It's thuntadun. It's a person that does something stupid. I don't understand why they're doing it, but it's just a thuntadun move. You know, some people always like to get videos, do selfies nowadays because they want that shot that's going to make them go viral. Shit, I even do it myself. I try to go viral all the time. I'm trying to get paid. We got this one thuntadun that's in Florida, and they always provide us with the best content. Thank you so much for Florida. We've got a man who was bitten while taking a selfie with a shark. Yep. This one shark came up on land. I guess it happens sometimes where it gets warm or whatever, or maybe the tide brought him in. And this one particular person thought it would be a smart idea. Maybe I can go viral by taking a selfie with this shark. What do you guys think? Would you have done this? Let's go.
This morning, the unexpected. This man getting bit. Clorox
Unexpected, right?
Clean like Clorox.
Unexpected. What do you mean? It's
like
not
lavender.
dead.
Feels like.
First of all, it's not dead. So what are you talking about unexpected? What is she talking about?
Lasting freshness. Clorox Sentiva. Being bitten by a shark as he was posing for a photo during a fishing trip off the Florida coast.
Oh my God.
Sean Muse was holding the 6-foot lemon shark Saturday night on the island of Cayo Costa, Florida. Muse says he was about to put it back into the Gulf, but the lemon shark was not having it and took a bite of Muse's leg.
We were out shark fishing on the beach here, and one of the guys I'm with got bit in the leg.
Muse was flown to a hospital in Fort Myers where he is now recovering.
You don't know what a wild animal is going to do, you know, so.
What?
It happens. We're in his territory.
Lemon shark.
You don't know what a wild animal is going to do. How about don't touch him? Get your hand off my mouth. Why is your boy in back of me touching my fin? Okay, guess what? I was about to do what sharks about to do. Yeah.
Sharks are a protected species in Florida, and they must remain in the water with their gills submerged at all times. Muse says he's aware of the Florida law, but says he wasn't fishing, and he wasn't the one who caught the shark.
You have to take a class to get your shark to fish from land for a shark, but...
You don't have to take no class for common sense, Sean.
That's whatever, you know, it's a 30-minute class, and it's free.
And you have your permit?
No, but I wasn't fishing. I just...
He has his permit? No. You know why he don't got his permit? Because a thuntadun moves like that, Sean.
Took him off the hook.
Naturalists like Rob Howell saw the video online and say this was 100% preventable.
It was in pain and scared, and not a lot of people give these animals the respect that they deserve.
Yeah.
Muse says he doesn't think he did anything wrong.
Unlucky or lucky at the same time because, you know, he winches one way, I might not be here.
Oh boy, like I said, definition of the word thuntadun. You guys do me a favor, double tap that screen to get them likes up. I got people in the comments. I got people that says he went biteral. We're supposed to go biteral. He's a wild animal. Do me a favor, double tap that screen. If you have not already been a member of the channel or become, do your boy a favor because we really get it in to make sure that we get you this content over here. We really make sure. We got to get over to Africa. I want to live in Africa. I want to move to Africa so I can see the lions and the hyena. Circle of life. Y'all know the circle of life. I want you guys to see this one situation where they went on this safari and a lion does what a lion does. This is why I don't mess around with wild animals. Just a clip. Just want you to see the strength and the magnitude of what a lion can do to a hyena. Check this out, y'all. This is some real serious information right here. If you guys don't like graphic information and videos, you probably can't take a little bit of gore. I get it. But yeah, we got this lion that attacks this hyena 6 feet away from some tourists. Yeah, happened about a year ago, but it looked pretty crazy to me. I thought you guys might be interested in seeing how the strength of these lions, they move. And thank you so much for that super chat right there. What is that? That's $1.99, ORG. Thank you, everybody. Everybody thank ORG because everything counts. Appreciate it. Check out this lion. Came out of nowhere. This hyena should have been running already. They're eating a piece of meat right there. And it seems like the lion baited them to go over there too. Watch this. All they was doing was eating that piece of, extra rib over there. But the lion is not stupid. They're using that food that they left as bait. They even put it by the tree so they have a cover so they could think that they're safe. This is the circle of life, you guys. Even the buzzards and the birds are around trying to pick up whatever morsels they can pick up. And as you guys see, he came with so much force that he flipped himself over. Yeah. Crazy. That's the circle of life right there. That's what happens when you go on safari. I'm good. No, thank you. That's what them Africans that actually live in Africa, they be like, I'm not going to mess around with that damn lion. Are you crazy? This lion, the elephant, I don't mess with those damn lion. That's how they be talking out there. You got the white people out there. Oh my God, the circle of life. Look at this. Let's go on safari. Africans really live out there? I'm not messing with no damn lion. Let's keep on moving forward, you guys, because now we got robot athletes that are about to start competing. That's right. It's the new way of sports. I think it's hilarious. All of those robots that we've been watching, the new Tesla robot. There's a lot of robots out here right now. And guess what they're doing? AI robots. They're putting them in different competitions. I think it's actually cool. I would actually watch them play sports. I must say, probably once they get a little more advanced, because right now you can see that they're still in like the developmental stages, but I do see that they're going somewhere with this. Check this out, you guys. They got the robot athletes that compete at the World Humanoid Games. This is some clips from the BBC that we got. Check this out.
Some of these robots move along at quite a clip.
He's even faster than me.
Others look confused. And when they crash, the crowd loves it. Even though there are some foreign teams at this event, the World Humanoid Robot Games is really a massive marketing push for China's robotics industry. Stacks and all. While going down for the count is all part of the fun here, the competition is fierce in the industry, and not all robot manufacturers will survive. That's despite billions of dollars pouring into robot startups as part of a push to make this country the world's tech leader. And these shutdowns are more than just a gimmick. They're used to push the machines to their limits.
They got handles on the back of their neck so when they fall, they can pick them up. This is crazy right here, y'all. And they look like they're real humans,
Whether at this
right?
tournament or some other practice scenario, we're gradually learning and upgrading our robots.
Some critics of this technology have said, why try to make it look like humans? After all, they could be any shape at all. Well, proponents of the technology say that it's to make it easier for them to fit into an environment already built for human beings. And after all, who doesn't like a few robots slugging it out?
Let me ask you guys, would you buy a robot like that? That seems actually really cool to me. I thought that you guys would love to see something like that. You know how we do. We going into the new world right now. You guys got to get with it. You never know what's going to happen. But you know what? We still got to stick around for the old stuff, for the babies, for the new, for the crawlies. I don't know how many of you guys love watching babies. I love watching babies too. Here we're going to go over to the Las Vegas baby race. This one baby, she said, you know what? I'm going to take this race and I'm going to win. What do you guys think? There's a baby race. There's babies in a race and all of them are crawling, like this little baby right here, right? She's crawling. All of a sudden, she takes her first steps and she runs and she wins the race. I thought it was adorable. I love babies. I love kids. Check this out, you guys. I thought that this would be something that you guys might like. So let me show you guys what's going on here. This is the baby that takes her first steps during a crawling race. As you can see, all of the parents, they're egging their kid on. They want them to crawl to get there. But you know what she decided? Today is the day I walk in front of the whole crowd. She's taking her first steps right now. Baby race. She wants to win this race. Look at that. Now, you know what? This is one thing I got to say about rules. Let's throw the rules out the window when it comes down to this. I say we give her the championship. I say because of the fact that something came over her for her to finally get her steps up, she won. That baby won that race, and she won the